Hey everybody, I'm JJ Johnson. You're watching Reality Survival. So today what I wanted to talk to you about is EDC Level 2 gear. Now this gear is essentially, for me anyway, what it is it is the gear that I would consider pulling from or carrying in a kind of a long, slow slide situation where, you know, crime has increased and you know, it's gotten more dangerous to go to work. Maybe there's more riots, but you know, there's still a functioning government. There's still some degree of law enforcement. Maybe it's not a lot, but it's still existent, or maybe it's even heavier than it normally is. It's hard to say, but it's gotten more dangerous to go out. It's gotten more dangerous to go to the store. It's gotten more dangerous to get to work. Maybe gas has, you know, gotten to the point where it's very expensive and it's hard to be able to afford it to drive to work, so you have to walk or ride a bike or some other method like that. And so these are just some of the things that I would consider pulling from and maybe carrying on my person or whatever, because I assume that there's a higher likelihood that I'm going to get into a conflict, you know, or get mugged or something like that. You know, normal everyday carry kind of stuff, I mean, I just generally use the shield, and then, you know, a tactical folder, a little multi-tool, my keys, you know, lighter, lip balm, cell phone, stuff like that. Nothing, you know, too serious, you know. But this is where you're going out and it could get kind of hairy. So you kind of want to be prepared in a multiple range of, you know, for a multiple range of scenarios and have some additional options for you. So that's what this is. That's what this is. So the first thing here is a protective vest. You know, a vest like this is really indispensable in, you know, a vest that you can conceal. You know, that is really indispensable when you're going to be in a situation that is a high threat situation. As a law enforcement officer, anytime that we're out, you know, doing any kind of operation or anything like that, we always wear vests similar to this one. And this one is kind of cool. It's a stealth guard vest. It actually also has a level 1 knife protection as well. Now I know some vests advertise having level 1 knife protection. They're not as good, but I've tested this one personally and it's done very, very well. So the second option when it comes to ballistic protection is this is a little panel that's made for a 511 backpack that I have over here, and it's just a level 3A panel. So if it was too hot to wear a concealed vest, you know, for any length of time, especially if you're having to do a long walk or bike ride or something, then maybe I would just go with the backpack panel. You know, just kind of gives me a different option there. So those are kind of the ballistic, you know, options. As far as firearms go, I'm probably going to step up to my Glock 23. This, I actually have a conversion barrel for it for 9mm, so I would probably use it in a 9mm configuration. Got a Streamlight TLR2 light and laser combo on there, and you know, that's just, if it's dark, you know, coming home after work or whatever the case may be, you know, I want to be able to positively identify my target, make sure that I'm not shooting a kid or something like that. But it also gives me a little bit more capacity with, you know, 15 in the 9mm instead of, you know, just 8 or whatever with the shield. So that is going to probably be the gun that I would go to there. I'm going to carry at least one extra magazine, if not 2. Then I would also probably ankle carry the shield, and also have an ankle rig for additional magazines for the shield there as well. While I'm talking about feet and being down there on the feet, I'd probably also carry this little Sog Mini Pentagon. This is just a little boot knife, and it's just something that you can slide right in on your boot, you know, and it kind of clips in nice and secure, and it's just a good backup knife, you know. So a secondary backup knife in case I had to worry about someone trying to take my firearm. I'm going to carry this on my, I'm right-handed, I'm going to carry this on my left side. and this is just a little K-bar backup, backup knife basically, and essentially it's for firearm retention, to be able to stab somebody if they're trying to take your gun or whatever the case may be. And I'll have links to most of these items down in the description below. You guys can take a look at them if you want as well. This is the Bastion Braza, and this came in the last month's battle box, and this is absolutely, it's a little bit dirty because I've been using it to cut open boxes and stuff, but this is absolutely my favorite EDC knife that I have ever carried so far. I really like this thing a lot, and it's just a wicked good, self-defense folder. So that'll definitely be in there as well. So the first non-lethal option is going to probably be a ViperTech stun gun, and that you just basically, I would just have that in a pocket, maybe my right hand or my left hand, or probably my left hand, so that I could whip that out and tase somebody, real quick if they were, unarmed and trying to get into a scuffle with me or something. I could just get that over with fast and keep moving. Next option is kind of an impact tool as well as light. This also came in the last month's battle box, and it's the M1X Striker. It's a 1,000 lumen flashlight. It's big enough, fit in the hand. You could definitely do some striking and stuff like that with it. The next thing is a old-fashioned pair of brass knuckles. Now, I will say that with all this stuff, you obviously have to worry about what's legal in your area, if there is still a functioning government. If there's not a government, then maybe you don't have to worry about it. But if there is, you got to worry about what's legal and what's not in your state and all that kind of stuff. So take that into consideration. And then I would probably go with just a little Leatherman Juice CS4. I recently added this to my regular everyday carry, and I love this little thing. It's got like 15 tools on it, and I use it constantly. So it's definitely a step up from the Victorinox Silver Alox Farmer that I had been carrying. Flashlight, always carry, or flashlight, lighter, always carry a lighter to be able to start a fire. Lip balm, same thing. And keys. Now, I just started carrying the key bar because I just actually had it to where I have enough keys that aren't these big kind of keys in here that I can carry. But it could be used as a fist load as well. It's about the right size. You could kind of give you just a little bit of a little harder fist or whatever if you wanted, maybe, but that's not really the primary purpose. I've just actually been trying this one out here recently. And then of course the cell phone with a Mophie charger. Now, as far as other impact weapons, I'm definitely going to carry some sort of expandable baton. This is one from Schrade, and it's their upgraded model, heavy duty steel, and it seems to be a big improvement on their previous versions. It's got a lot of strength and it seems to do really well. So that's going to be one. The other option is, this is an older, need to wipe it off, it's an older 21-inch airweight asp, probably a little easier to carry because it's not quite so heavy, and this would be a good option too. And with these, I usually just tuck them right up under, kind of going front ways in the front of my belt so that they're very easy to grab and deploy. Okay, so next on the impact weapons, I recently showed you guys this one. This is kind of that little modified Kubaton. It's got the paracord handle on it. I really like this thing a lot. I still carry it, and it's just excellent. This is your basic kind of cheaper Kubaton. You can get these for about $4 or $5 on Amazon. Just a really good impact, kind of tool. Little tactical pen. Got that in the battle box. I think it was last month. This is a really good one. It's got a glass breaker tip on here as well. So that's kind of cool. And then this is one of my favorite tools. I don't carry it much. I just leave it in my house because it's old and I don't want it to get torn up. But my grandfather gave me this. It's an old slapjack. So it's got this spring handle and then like a heavy lead weight right here on the end. And I tell you what, man, ow. you thump somebody with one of these, and it's gonna be night time, because those things definitely work well. Here's another option. This is just, basically one that you could kind of put in your fist for, as an impact device, just to help be a little bit more focused on the impact right here. This one's from Combat Technologies, and they definitely hurt, and it can be used for pressure point control tactics and stuff like that. It's also very non-threatening looking, so if you were in like an excessive rule of law situation, it's probably not going to be that big of a deal for somebody if they were to search you or something. Okay, next on the list here is some pepper spray. This is just a 10% pepper spray from Galls, and this stuff works pretty well. It's their MK4. It's a little bit larger can, so you could do multiple people. If you're looking at maybe 2 or 3 gang members or something like that mugging you, if you were fast enough getting this out, you might be able to deter the whole thing, with that. This is more so if I was to get injured and I was to need help, then maybe I could attract somebody's attention with one of these little air horns or something along those lines. I actually bought this because up in the hills up here, I was seeing tons of cougar tracks, so I wanted to just have something in my pack here to be able to, maybe scare a cougar away if I saw one or something. But I don't know if it'd necessarily work or not, but that's what my thought process was. Okay, so the next thing, that's just another fire starting device, ferro rod. I don't even know why it's in there. I already have a lighter, but just as a backup. Backup battery, and this stuff from probably here over is all going to be in the backpack. It wouldn't necessarily be on my person, and I wouldn't necessarily carry all of this stuff. This would just be stuff to select from. So an additional battery for the additional 18650 for the flashlight. And then this is a Dark Energy 10,000 milliamp battery. It's also got a small LED light on it too, so just a backup for the power on the cell phone. These are the RZ. This is the RZ mask. This would more be for, I did a review on these not too long ago, and this would more be for if there's a situation where maybe there was a lot of fires, or dust and particulate in the air, maybe, I don't know, because of looting or whatever the case may be. If you needed something to basically filter out some of that particulate, then that would be one possible way to do that. These are pretty cool little masks, and again, I'll have a link to all this stuff on Amazon down below in case you guys are interested. There's just a couple of extra filters and stuff in there as well. Alright, now this one I always carry in my regular everyday carry pack. I did a review on it too, and it's just a smoke mask. And for wood smoke and stuff like that, this thing worked really, really well. You guys can take a look at the video. I know that it's not something that is going to necessarily save your life. It doesn't produce any oxygen or anything like that, but it does keep you from coughing and hacking and all that kind of stuff so much. So, and I think these are like $35, and I thought they worked really good. The next thing I'm going to carry in my pack is going to be a focus trauma kit. And these are really cool kits. I've done a review on it as well. That's why it's been opened, but I just kind of tried to re-vacuum seal it. I need to get a better seal on it. But they pack down pretty flat. You can toss them in your backpack. They don't hardly weigh anything. And they've got all the major items that you need to treat a gunshot wound. And then I'm kind of a first aid freak, so I'm going to also have another. This is just the old Army first aid kit. It's got a lot of additional items in there for basic first aid stuff, maybe for rendering aid to other people, or if I got hurt or beat up real bad, and I'd have that stuff at my disposal. So anyway, that is just a kind of a quick look at some of the options that I would probably be pulling from if I was in like a long, slow slide, or like I called in that one video, kind of the gray area where life's still going on, you still got to pay your bills and all that, but it's getting really dangerous outside, and it's getting hard to stay safe, and so you have to basically arm up to kind of prepare yourself, you know. But you still want to be able to walk down the street with this stuff being concealed, with you looking like a normal person. You know, that's a key thing here. It's this kind of environment is not going to be the kind of environment that you could grab your shotgun or your AR and walk down the street. You're gonna draw way too much attention to yourself. So you're wanting to apply those gray man concepts that I talked about and still be able to be a formidable force and be able to protect yourself with the vests and different things like that. So anyway, guys, let me know what you would add to your EDC level 2 in the comments below. I'd be curious to see what you guys would want to pull from to put together your level 2 EDC stuff. So stick that down in the comments. I really appreciate it. I learn a lot from your guys' comments. I get a lot of good suggestions from there, so I definitely appreciate it. As always, guys, I also appreciate it when you click the thumbs up button, when you share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and Google+. And don't forget to live the 6 Ps. Proper prior preparation prevents poor performance. Stay safe, guys.